Hey guys, it's been a crazy ride this past summer and we haven't put out a lot of videos, but I'm super excited about today's video because I get to introduce kind of a new direction that we're going with J&K. So for anybody new to our channel, J&K is something that Jay and I, my husband, have been trying to put together since 2011. We have always had a desire to be on YouTube, to have a presence on YouTube. It didn't have to be YouTube, but in a way that we could communicate ourselves through video that would help teach others and share the resources that we've discovered with others to help them in the same ways as we have been helped by others. So it's been an expression of love and contribution, but it hasn't been, we haven't been able to keep up with creating videos consistently. And we've also had a lot of struggle with our identity, who we are and what we're trying to accomplish and how we want to communicate that so that it gets to the right people who are actually looking for what we have to offer. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about J&K. So we originally started making music videos, and that was our major focus at the beginning, creating music videos. My husband and I both sing, play piano, and play guitar, and we are songwriters. We love songwriting, and it's one of our major passions in life. So we wanted to be able to share our songs with the world, and that will continue to be an aspect of J&K, but that was originally the main aspect of J&K in 2011, was sharing our songs and the stories behind them. Then we started our business, Teach to Teach music lessons and tutoring, mostly music lessons, but we do get some tutoring requests and for academic tutoring, and we started that in 2012, and we thought, well, maybe we can combine these two loves and be able to market Teach to Teach through YouTube. Maybe our music videos will bring people into the business, and it just was not a good mesh. It wasn't a great fit to combine Teach to Teach with our passion for just creating online content and helping others through our online content. So Teach to Teach took up a lot of our time. We were able to eventually go full-time with our business. Our business became profitable. We were also married in 2012, and we had our first child in 2016, New Year's Day. So I was like, was it 2015, 2016? No, 2016, January 1st. And Teach to Teach kind of took a bit of a back burner, but having a baby, Teach to Teach did not take a back burner. J&K did through 2012 to 2015. Took a little bit, especially our more creative endeavors with it. Everything was focused on Teach to Teach as a business. And then when Emma was born, it really kickstarted this idea that we had since 2013, growing in 2014, called Life System, which is, how are we keeping our life together? We have so much going on. We're entrepreneurs. We are very involved in our church, in our community. We are newlyweds. We have a life to keep together. Finances. How do we keep all this stuff under control? There's so much to life, especially if you want to live a good life, an organized life, do things the right way. So we created a system for ourselves called Life System. That, again, it was something we wanted to share with others. We wanted to give back. We wanted other people to be able to find the help that we have found. So in 2016, we created a course called Life System that summer. I think some of the videos I'm wearing Emma in a baby carrier or something like that. But yeah, she was just an infant. So in 2016, that was the time of Life System. We weren't really sure if we were supposed to just pursue Life System. What about our musical endeavors? What about our other creative aspects? Jason loves technology. What about all of the tools and resources he's found in overcoming some technological issues or upgrading technological stuff or doing cool things? So his idea for that was called Removing Interferences. I know I've got a lot of stuff on the screen that I'm not talking about, but you can see one of the areas is tech, and under that is removing interferences, which is the idea that you can always get from point A to point B easily if you have no interferences. So remove those interferences and you'll be able to get there, and technology is a huge way often of achieving our goals and finding the way to get to point B. So I'm going to get to this list of stuff that you've been looking at. And I'm just going to finish our little history. So we dabbled in creating music videos. We did a little bit more songwriting in 2017 and 2018. Now in 2019, actually I should say at the end of 2018, we moved into our first home and we started up J&Kay again. And we weren't sure what to do with it, what to call it, what it was. What is this thing we want to do? So we called it the Entrepreneur Couple, because we are best friends with each other and have dealt with so many relationship and communication things that people can probably learn from, and then also being in business together, both of us being full-time parents and full-time business owners. So we kind of called ourselves the Entrepreneur Couple. It kind of limited us to just relationships and business and potentially finances. So again, where's the music aspect? We just want to be who we are. We're just going to be J&Kay. That's who we are. This is our channel, and it's about us. Who knows if it will only be on YouTube or if it will be other places as well. The internet's changing all the time, but we're just going to do what we do and be who we are. And that is J&Kay. So today I'm going to talk about our 7 mountains. There's an idea. I don't remember who came up with it. It's an author who has a book, I think, called 7 Mountains. It's about the 7 main areas of society, like government, education, entertainment, spirituality, and a couple other things. But these are our 7 mountains for J&Kay. These are the areas that we're going to be speaking about and giving advice on, and answering questions about, and how do we do this. These are like the main areas that we have felt either we have longed for answers and found some things that other people who are longing for these same answers may be helped by, or they're just very near and dear to us. Maybe they're gifts that we have, for instance, music, that we are able to share. So the first one is spirituality. So I'll just focus on that to start. Spirituality, we are Christians. We sometimes want to disassociate ourselves from the modern evangelical church, sometimes, not always, but the large-scale church as a whole is something dearly beloved by God, and we also love the church. Sometimes people are misguided, but that's okay. So we believe in God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and we love to talk about who Jesus is and what he did, the finished work of the cross. The work that Jesus accomplished for us on the cross is the most important point of history. And we also talk about manifestation and how to experience the fullness of life that God has enabled us to have in this world and the next. The matrix is the concept that we talk about. It's basically separating the truth from lies. It comes from the idea of the movie The Matrix, in which basically all of, like, each human, their brains are awake, but their bodies aren't, and robots have taken over the world and encapsulated each human into a pod, but their minds are awake, and they feel like they're living in a real world, in real life, and it's really not real. It's really not reality, but everything tastes and smells and looks like it's real, but it's not. And how that can sometimes be our life. We feel like evil is real, but it's not. Evil is the absence of goodness. We feel like depression is real, but it's not. It's a misunderstanding of the situations that are in our life right now that God wants to use for good. So the idea of matrix, and then we'll also talk about all of our theological and philosophical ideas and opinions and just who we are. It doesn't mean that you have to think the same way that we do, but this is just how we think, and if you can learn from it, then that is great. moving on to music. So we have both Christian and secular music that we write, and we'll also do just some playing for fun. We might do some concerts or music videos. We might just share songs that we've written or songs that we enjoy playing. But that will be the music mountain out of our 7 mountains. Then we've got tech. So I already talked a little bit about this, but Jay has so much to share about issues that he's overcome in technology or little workarounds. If you want to be more creative than most people, a lot of people just like to be told what to do with technology. We talk about Apple versus Android a lot, and it's not just different companies. It's kind of a mentality, whereas I think Apple users tend to want to do, here's what you're able to do. You can't mess up. It's like for everybody. And then Android is just, there's so many options and so much customization possible. And so we are Android users, and Jay has gone back and forth because Apple has such great quality products, but the customization aspect of who he is just a big part of who he is, and he loves being able to solve little problems with technology by discovering these other apps that other people have developed and things like that. So he will have lots of videos on technology. In one of the songs I wrote for him, I have a line, "Researching technology is what you do for fun." And my family always reminds him of that whenever he's researching technology for fun. But it is something that he really enjoys, very close to his heart. Then we've got health. Health is something that has been so important to us because so many times we've felt low energy or we've gotten sick, and like you just can't do that. As parents, you can't take time off, and as business owners, you can't take time off. So it's just so important to us to stay healthy, stay at our optimal and peak health and energy levels. Energy is so immersed, or intertwined with the concept of health, and I think a lot of people kind of forget about that. So we do follow a keto diet. We started the paleo diet in 2014. For 5 years, we were paleo at home all the time. When we would go out, we would change it up a bit, and sometimes we'd try to stay on the diet, and sometimes we'd say, hey, we're just, eating whatever is put in front of us, which is, fine. But we learned that it's very hard to stay consistent if you're doing that. And then we more recently discovered the keto diet, putting your body into ketosis, or the ketogenic diet it's also called, where your body is running off of fat instead of carbs. It is a very natural and very brain healthy way to live, and Dr. Berg has been one of our mentors in that area. You can find a lot of his videos on YouTube. We've also been researching a lot about EMF, which is electromagnetic frequency, how your cell phones can be contributing to headaches and brain fog, and on a small scale, and on a larger scale, long-term over the course of your life, cancers and all kinds of long-term health issues. So we actually recently bought an EMF detector and have learned what things are more healthy and what things are not. HIIT is our exercise. We like to do high intensity interval training, I think. So we don't do a lot of exercise. We feel that health is more based on nutrition than it is about movement, but most people do not get enough movement in our life, and HIIT is a great way to increase your movement. And fertility, I'm trying to conceive our second child now. I had a miscarriage in August. That set us back a little bit, but I've been trying since June, and it's now December. There were 3 months that I got negative tests, negative pregnancy tests, and then the other months were wrapped up in the miscarriage pregnancy. So yeah, that's my journey. I've learned so much. I've always done natural family planning for our not conception needs, and So I knew a lot about how to not have a child naturally, but I learned a lot about when you're trying to have a child naturally as well. So I feel like that's an area that I can give a little bit of enlightenment on for others. And then hormone balance, something that we've learned from both fertility and Dr. Berg, is about balancing out your hormones and how so many things in our environment today are attacking our hormones or causing them to be out of balance. So that will be the health area of our channel, and it will be more than just a YouTube channel, mostly our home base. This really helped us to discover that our home base will be J&Kay.com. So we'll have a website that will be us. And yes, our videos will be hosted on YouTube and they may be hosted other places, but it will mostly be on jnk.com, and we'll have 7 different areas, one for each of these things. We may do things that aren't videos. We may do some text blogs or even audio recordings, like a podcast. So, but they will all be under one of these 7 categories. Relationships is next. Relationships in marriage, parenting, just general people skills. You learn a lot the hard way about people skills when you have your own business. I will say that for sure. Communication, just in general. Communicating was my degree, actually. I got my bachelor's degree in communication, and something near and dear to my heart. People learning how to communicate themselves, including through public speaking, as you can see coming up. Gaining confidence, which is important, and that is connected in relationships, because you need to really be confident in order to accurately represent yourself and communicate who you are to others. And then social anxiety, which is something that we've learned a lot about in the past as well. Then the final, nope, there's 2. But second to last category is finances. We will be focusing on entrepreneurship in this category because we do have our own business. One thing that's not necessarily financially related, that is entrepreneur related, is the 4-hour work week. We have always been inspired by Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week book, and how to automate things and how to really enjoy your life now, rather than waiting for some distant retirement day when maybe your health is totally destroyed from working too hard now, so you don't even get to enjoy it. So enjoy your family now, enjoy your life now, enjoy the good things in life while you are enjoying your work, doing what you love, and contributing to society. But it doesn't have to be 40 hours a week. You can learn how to not make it your entire life, how to not make your career or your job your entire life, or your money-making opportunities your entire life, if you don't want it to be. Another major theme in our life has been being debt-free. There's an acronym, Financial Independence, Retire Early. And a lot of people, like millennials, I guess you could say, people around our age, are thinking more about being financially independent, and that is nearly impossible if you have debt holding you down. I know it's a very hard thing for people my age who have student loans, just thousands and thousands of dollars of student loans, and it's just a hard thing to feel free and financially free and build wealth when you're shackled to all of this debt. So we really believe in being debt-free. Wealth building is something that we will be exploring with all of whoever's watching us, because we are, that will be part of the adventure that is still unfolding in our journey. And then just thinking more about affiliate marketing. Jay has been thinking about that, so I don't know how much we're actually going to get into that, but that is an area that he's been interested in, and perhaps will be something that he shares some videos about, going along with technology and automation and how you can make money from those avenues. And then the last one is just our blog, journal, junk drawer. If I'm having a bad day, or I'm just frustrated, or something crazy happens in my life, I may just share it with you, and maybe you'll learn something from it. So that will be the place for that. So sorry this video is so long, but that's us, and that's what you can expect from us over the next little bit. I'm sure it will continue evolving and tweaking to meet the needs of our audience, but more so than that, to meet our needs of self-expression. So we're going to be true to ourselves, and it's not about making money, or it's not about having affirmation from people as much as it is about making a difference in the world and being the best J and the best K that we can be, so that we can contribute and give back. So hopefully that's what we'll be doing over the next few months, years, and potentially decades. All right, talk to you guys soon.